So chapter 4 has to do with graphing, and lesson 4.1 is about organizing data or data, however you choose to say it. So we're going to take some tally charts and we're going to answer some questions about them. So here's the title. Here are the pets. These are called labels. All of this. These are labels. And then these are the different amounts. So what is the title of the tally chart? Well, it's called Favorite Pet. You know why a title is important for any kind of graph or chart? Because we want to know, it tells us what we're looking at, right? Apparently, some people were asked what was their favorite pet, and so the title tells us that. Why are the labels important? Well, we have to know what people voted for, right? Bird, cat, fish, or dog. They let us know which animals were selected. How can I say that in a shorter way? The labels show the choices. How about that? Okay, so we had bird, cat, fish, dog. How many children chose cat as their favorite pet? Well, I go up here, and how many is that? Right, that's 5. Okay, I don't write my answer as tally marks. I write the actual number. And you will remember from previous grades, remember when we are just adding tally marks, when we get to that 5th tally mark, we go across. That way we know we're looking at 5, and that way we don't have to count it. How many more children chose dog than bird? How many more tells me I'm subtracting. Okay, so dog, here's what I mean about not counting. So I'm not going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say 5, 6, 7. So there were 7 that chose dog and only 2 that chose bird. So 7 subtract 2 is 5. Okay, so there were 5 more children. This is easy, right? Yeah, we love graphing. How many children voted on their favorite pet? Well, how am I supposed to know how many kids voted? What was that? Right, I need to count. Okay, so we've got 7, 8. 8 plus 5 is 13, 14, 15. So 15 children voted. I can find that out by just counting how many tally marks there were, because each tally mark stands for 1 vote. Okay, let's look at some more. These are fun. Okay, so we have a problem here. It says the students in Alicia's class voted for their favorite ice cream flavor. They organized the data in this tally table. How many more students chose chocolate than strawberry? And it says another way to show the data is in a frequency table. A frequency table uses numbers to record data. Okay, so here we have a tally mark chart. The title is favorite ice cream flavor. That tells us what we're looking at. Okay, flavor. These are the labels. Vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. And then the tallies are the amounts. Okay, so we have to answer the question, how many more students chose chocolate than strawberry? Okay, so the first thing we need to do is ask ourselves, what do we need to find? How many more students chose chocolate than strawberry? It's always important to ask yourself what you're looking for when you're answering these kind of questions, because these kind of questions are as much of a reading question as they are a math question. Okay, the data about favorite ice cream flavors I'm just going to put ice cream. And then here's how we're going to use the information. We're going to fill in this chart. We're going to put the labels and the numbers. I will count the tally marks. Then I will put the numbers in a frequency table and compare the number of students who chose chocolate to the number of students who chose strawberry. Now, this whole read the problem thing, this is just the thinking that I normally do in my mind. I always want to ask myself, do I understand what they're asking me? And then how am I going to find that information? Okay, so they've put the title for us. We need to finish writing the labels. So we've got vanilla. What's the next label? Right, chocolate. Okay, and what's the last label? Strawberry. Okay. So now we need to go in and we are going to turn these tally marks into numbers because this is a frequency table. Okay, so I see 5, 6, 7 for vanilla. Chocolate is 5, 6, 7, 8. And then poor strawberry is just 4. Okay? So here's what I did. I recorded 7 for vanilla. Write the other flavors. Yeah. Okay, now to figure out how many more chocolate than strawberry, I need to take 8, which is the number of chocolate, and subtract 4. So my answer is 4. So 4 more students chose chocolate as their favorite flavor. Okay, easy peasy, right? Let's try another one. Okay, so we have a new tally chart. And it says, try another problem. 2 classes in Carter's school grew green... Good readers back up when it doesn't make sense. 2 classes in Carter's school grew bean plants for a science project. The heights of the plants after 6 weeks are shown in the tally table. The plants were measured to the nearest inch. How many fewer bean plants were 9 inches tall than 7 inches and 8 inches combined? Ooh, this one's a tough one. Okay, so this is my question that I had to answer. And it's telling me to do a couple of different things. But before that, let's look at this tally chart. The title is Bean Plant Heights, right? Because they're measured how high or how tall the bean plants were. The labels are height in inches. So we've got 7 inches, 8 inches, 9 inches, and 10 inches. And then here are the tally marks. Okay, so what do I need to find? Okay, so how many fewer? Fewer means what? Less. So I need to know how many less bean plants were 9 inches tall than 7 and 8 inches combined. So the 7 and 8 inches, I'm going to have to combine those. And then I'm going to compare it to how many were 9 inches tall. Okay. So as you can see, this is as much a reading problem as it is a math problem. So we need to know how many fewer bean plants were 9 inches tall I'm going to abbreviate inches. Then 7 and 8 combined. That means we have to put the 7 and 8 inches together. Combined. Oops. Okay. Now let's fill in our frequency chart. They didn't even put the title for us now. Bean plant heights. So we need to put our title. See if I can fit it all in there. Nope. That's okay. Oh, this is really going to be hard to fit in there. Height in inches. Oh, I got it. Okay, and then the tallies are the next ones. Okay, now I need to fill in my labels. So my labels are 7, 8, 9, and 10. Remember, these are inches. So 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I need to, remember, this is talking about how tall the plants are, not how many plants. Height means how tall they are. So these are the plants that are 7 inches tall. These are the plants that are 8 inches tall, 9 inches tall, and 10 inches tall. So we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 plants that are 7 inches tall. There are 5, 6, 7, 8 plants that are 8 inches tall. Well, that worked out, didn't it? Okay, there are 5, 10, 11, 12 plants that are 9 inches tall. And then there are 9 plants that are 10 inches tall. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is how many are 9 inches tall? Okay, there are 12 plants that are 9 inches tall. See, it tells me right there, 9 inches, 12 plants. Now I need to know how many fewer that is than if I combine 7 and 8 together. So 7 inch plants, there are 9 of them. Okay, so 7 and 8 inches equals 9 plus there are 8 8-inch plants. Okay, so that equals 17. Now I need to know how many fewer are 9 inches. So that means I have to take the number of plants that are 7 and 8 inches, which is 17, and subtract the number of plants that are 9 inches, which is 12. And that's a very easy, big number goes on top, very easy subtraction sentence. Okay, so 5. So there were 5 fewer plants that were 9 inches tall than 7 or 8 inches. Okay, so how did I use this information? I had to put together the plants that were 7 and 8. I had to combine them, 7 and 8 inches tall. Then I had to subtract the number of plants that were 9 inches tall. And that's how I got my answer. Okay, and let's look at the last one. Suppose the number of 3-inch plants was half the number of 8-inch plants. How many 3-inch plants would there be? Okay, so 8-inch plants, there were 8 of them. So we're going to pretend that there were some 3-inch plants. There weren't, but it's half the number of 8-inch plants. Well, what is half of that number? What is half of 8? 4, right? So that would mean there would be, if we were doing this, there would be 4 plants that were 3 inches tall. All right. So let me just glance over real quick and see if you're going to have to do any explanations on these. No, you're not. You're only going to have to do one explanation. So most of these are just going to be, you're going to have to read the tally chart, use the information to put in your title, your labels, and your numbers in the frequency chart, and then you're going to answer some questions about it. So may the force be with you.